He's Rob Mack, the actor, comedian, part owner of Wrexham, always sunny in Philadelphia, always sunny disposition, and a celebrity who doesn't lie. Because yesterday I said, Rob, do you want to join us on the show? And he goes, I can't today, but I'll join you tomorrow. You look like a celebrity, though.
Thank you. I think it's the sunglasses.
Yes, it is. Yes.
I'll take off now.
Yes, it is. Okay, explain the rebrand here of you go from Rob McElhenney to Rob Mack, and how much thought went behind this, if you want to pull that microphone up a little bit to you. So, how much thought goes into what I guess is a rebrand?
A tremendous amount of thought over the last 20 years. But I think the thing that really put it over the edge was, I'm very proud of my name. I'm proud of my heritage. I'm proud of my family. And I never wanted to change my name. And I was asked many times coming into the entertainment business just because there's so many syllables and it's not quite as sticky. And I always said no for that reason. And then I did a full family tree earlier this year and found out that our name has changed 7 or 8 times over the last 100 years, including when we first came over, my great-great-grandfather. They just changed his name.
Was it O. McElhenney?
It was in the vein. There was an O at one point. It was McElhenney. It was McElhenney at some point. And I thought, it's kind of amazing that someone put a stamp on McElhenney and said, yeah, that's the easy one. Go with that. Go with that.
What did your wife say?
Well, she goes by Caitlin Olsen. So she's okay with it. I called my father, of course, had a very long conversation with him. His first question was, he said, son, I love you. I will support you in whatever what you want to do. Are you having a midlife crisis? I said, well, yes. He said, just buy a car. But no, he said, it was really important to me because of my grandfather. My grandfather and my grandmother, who were very close, the patriarch and matriarch of our family. And I said, what do you think Gran and Pop would think? And he said, well, Pop would have loved that if some government official decided to change your name, that you changed it back to something that you wanted.
Okay. But you know what's going to happen? This is like X with Twitter, that they have to say X, formerly known as Twitter. It's Rob Mack, formerly known as Rob McElhenney.
Yeah, it's easier than Prince, right? Because what was that? He was just a symbol.
A symbol?
Yeah. At the end of the day, already, it's only been a couple of weeks, and it's already easier. You walk into a room, just right here, the Edgewood Hotel, they said, name, sir? I said, Rob Mack. And they didn't say, excuse me? They said, oh, okay. I said, R-O-B-M-A-C. And that was it.
So you have all this free time of Rob Mack, and then you don't have the old Haney.
That's right.
So once again,
that's right.
And you're signing things, so it's easier to sign Rob Mack here at the...
My signature was just sort of R-M and then a bunch of squiggly lines, so I don't know if it'll make that much of a difference, but I can say that it's also an opportunity to shed one's skin and try something new. I've always liked change, and I've always been a terrible golfer. So I feel like Rob McElhenney was a terrible golfer, but Rob Mack is going to make a statement this year.
Is Ryan Reynolds going to change his last name?
I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. It's if your last name is Reynolds or Patrick, you don't know. You don't really understand what it's like. And again, it's not that big of a deal. There's so much going on in the world. Who really cares? But the amount of time one has to spend negotiating and navigating the spelling or pronunciation of one's name, especially as our business expands into Latin America and in other parts of the world, I just figured it'd be easier for everybody else to say Mac.